There we go. 60 seconds. We are live. Can everybody hear me?
Well, it says it's starting in 60 seconds, so I'm not sure.
Well, good. This gives me a couple seconds to fix my hair. It looks a hot mess.
I should probably get off the phone with you then.
And now you have to tell me if it works.
Okay.
Are we live? Hey, you guys, if you can see me.
I see you.
Okay, yay!
Hi.
Sorry, you guys. I should say I was having some technical difficulties. I apologize about that. Well, I'm just going to make sure everyone can see. You guys, I have chat enabled, so if you have any questions, please feel free to enter the question, and I will do my very, very best to respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys, first of all, for joining me. My name is Kate Johnson. I am the owner of Kate Johnson Artistry, as well as a executive level lead director with Limelight by Alcone. So I just wanted to get on here. I've gotten a lot of questions from people. I know some of you who are here, you know me from Limelight by Alcone. Some of you here know me from Kate Johnson Artistry. So I'm going to speak to both things here and just my experiences with how to, consciously brand yourself online and how it's worked for me. And I want to really just say, first of all, this isn't the end all be all of all things. This is what has worked for me and my business. So please, again, ask questions. Oh, there's a big delay, Kathy's saying. Are you seeing it now? Is anyone else having that problem? Can anyone else comment? Hi. Is anyone else having a problem with the delay? Can you say yes or no for me? Or text me if there's a big delay. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it, I guess, because I'm not seeing anyone else telling me that they're having an issue. Hi, yes, hi. Is there a big delay? Jenny, was that you saying there was a big delay? Okay. Don't know how to fix that. I'm wondering if I should go back out and start back in. Yay, phew. Okay, Kathy, is there still a really big delay? Can you tell me or text me? Oh, I don't know if there's a big delay with you guys texting. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start, and if hopefully it won't be a big problem. I see here that there are 11 attendees. If maybe you want to go back in and come back out, let me know if there's a delay. Kathy, I am going to text you, and delay. Sorry, this is like not the most amazing way to start a video here. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay, so anyway, so many of you guys know me as Limelight by Alcone, but a lot of you also know me as Kate Johnson Artistry. For the two brands, so that you know who I am, well, you probably should since you're attending this webinar, but if you know me from Kate Johnson Artistry, Limelight by Alcone is a direct selling brand that has been around actually for about a year, but it is based on a company that has been around since the 50s. They sell professional products. It's actually the products I've been using since I was in college, and you can now buy them through my studio or through other representatives. And I was one of the first people to join the company, and now I'm a lead director. I have a team of about 65 people, and it's amazing, and I love what I do. For those of you that know me from Limelight by Alcone, my business is Kate Johnson Artistry. You can find me on Instagram at kjohnartistry or on Facebook, Kate Johnson Artistry. My website is Kate Johnson Artistry or katejohnsonartistrybrides.com. Hopefully you'll see a common theme in there, and that's something that we're going to be talking about today. So a couple things that I wanted to chat with you guys about, and if you were on a call a couple months ago that we had, I did go over some of this material. So if it is, if you've heard me say it before, hopefully something new will connect with you. If there will be new information. If you have any questions, again, feel free to ask in the display box or inbox me. So I'm going to title this thing as Think Like Richard Branson, Act Like Richard Branson. And if you know me, you probably know that I have a bit of an obsession with Richard Branson, and it's because he's an amazing businessman. He is, well, you know, I don't know him personally, but from what I can tell and from what his other employees have told me, he's an amazing man. He's an amazing entrepreneur, obviously, we all know that. He started Virgin Records back in the day, and now Virgin Hotels, Virgin Airlines, Virgin everything. And he is also a philanthropist, which is the thing that I love about him the most. He really utilizes his brand and his name to get awareness to a lot of different causes and donates a ton of money to them every year. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I started my business, Kate Johnson Artistry, back in 2010. I officially started it in 2012, working only on my own, not working for other brands. And I really utilized the power of social media and being very specific about social media and my choices with social media to really build my business. And I think that for where I've been, it's only been about almost 4 years since February 2012 that I now have about 12 people working for me fairly regularly. And last year we did 154 weddings, 14 commercials, 17 advertisements, and a film. So I think that, and I can tell you it's all due to social media. So the thing that I want to talk to you guys about is being very conscious of your social media and what you're doing. If this is going to be, I'm going to be talking to you guys as direct sellers, but also as people who just own businesses. I think it's very important if you do direct sales that you kind of get out of the frame of mind of direct sales in much of your day and start thinking about large businesses. How would Coca-Cola do something? How would Richard Branson do something? How would Pepsi do something? And that's really important because if your goal is to run a multi-million-dollar platform, then you need to think like the big dogs think. And so we need to start tackling everything that we do on a daily basis the way that a large corporation would. So I want you to first start by saying this. You need to fully represent yourself at all times. Now, if you are in the beauty industry, you know, does that mean that you need to go out with makeup on every moment of the day and your hair curled every moment of the day? It probably should. We all joke about it that, of course, it's always the moments when we're in sweats, our hair's in a ponytail, we have no makeup on, that people ask us what we do. And that's always very embarrassing. I always say, well, not that you can tell right now, but I actually do makeup for people. I work with celebrities and local celebrities, national celebrities, and the everyday beautiful woman. And it's always very embarrassing. Of course, nobody asks what I do when I am dolled up. But there's a couple things that I think that when we're going to start our social media platform, I want you to get out of the frame of mind, again, not only for direct sellers, but also what are other people doing? Because the most important thing that you need to look at is what are people doing that is great, that make you want to follow them? What are people doing that is annoying that make you want to stop following them or unfriend them, really? And what do people do that is different than you? And how can you utilize some of those things? You really need to find your own voice. And I think that in the direct sales world, a big problem that we sometimes have is the fact that direct sales, while it is by far the most powerful thing, money-making machine in the world that I'm aware of, it also can have a really bad reputation, and that's because people do a lot of spamming. So we want to really make sure, how are we fighting that reputation? So for myself, I was already a makeup artist and already running a successful business when I started with Limelight by Alcone. It was really important to me to make sure that I didn't alienate my current clientele, that people who were following me on social media didn't think, oh Lord, she's gone this crazy direct sales way, without really having information about what direct sales could be. And but that they still saw me as an artist, as someone who was reliable, as someone who was talented, and as someone who was a business owner. But guess what? I sell makeup as well, and been able to jump up the ranks with that and be able to train my team on this. So when you are on social media, especially if you're a direct salesperson, the first thing I want you to do is actually start following 4 people who are not in direct sales and start following their business practices. And if you are following more than 2 direct sales people, I want you to narrow that down to your 2 favorites, because sometimes I think that we can get so wrapped up into the end of the month and how are we reaching our people and how many direct sales groups are we in, that we start losing the fact that this is a big business and we need to treat it as such, and we need to make sure that we are presenting ourselves in an amazing way. So when it comes to social media, I'm going to really discuss Facebook mostly, because we do most of our business on Facebook. Some of us do a lot of it on Instagram, but I get most of my business from Facebook. I get most of my brides from Facebook, and I've gotten several contracts. I've gotten a contract with Chevy. They loan me cars when I want to, which I just had one today. It was amazing, and I actually returned it today. And I've also gotten a contract through CoverGirl as a brand ambassador for a year, through my Instagram and Facebook branding. So both of the things that I did there, I always made my post as showing that I was appreciative of other people. I was never tagging a million people in it. I was never really reposting much of what other people were posting, unless I was literally reposting it and keeping their tags and making sure that they understood how much I appreciated them. And always, promoting them as well, which is the most important thing, because the more you promote somebody else, the more they promote you, and the more you promote someone else, the better karma comes back and gets you, I think. So we want to look at, so I wrote a couple of notes down here. So when you're looking at somebody and you're seeing that you would like to ignore them, it's usually because you're seeing multiple posts a day on the same topic, or unsolicited advice, unsolicited posts, and usually that's, to me at least, I get exhausted. Or people who are representing their brand, but at the same time on the regular Facebook page, they're using vulgar language, they're venting their frustrations out there on things. And really, you guys, if you're running a business, social media is not for venting. This is not your psychologist. This is not your best friend. This is how people follow you. This is how people know who your brand is. And every time you're having a bad day, I want you to do one thing: close your computer, turn off your phone. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you. It is so important to do that. It is best time to call your best friend, vent out your frustrations, have them help you, and then decide when you're in a better mood, get back on social media, because it's not the moment for the client that wants to hire you for something to think, oh Lord, this girl is always having bad days. It's not the moment. We all have bad seasons. I've been going through a lot of things the last couple months, which is why I haven't been posting a lot of webinars, haven't been super active in my direct sales groups, because I've been a bitter Betty a little bit. And but as things came around, I started working things out, and I had some amazing mentorship. I realized, no, this is things that people need to hear, and I'm in a great mood. I can do this now. So I want you to start taking some notes if you haven't already. I want you to ask yourself some things when you're posting or building your business on social media. The first thing is, who are you? Who are you specifically? What is your voice? And by that I mean, don't copy somebody else. Everybody has a different voice. I'm not going to be on there probably teaching too many makeup tutorials. I do them, but it'll be an amazing day if you see me on a video without makeup on, because it's not cute. And I'm just not the type of person to sit down a client and try to teach you step by step. I mean, it may become part of my platform, but it isn't right now. So I need you to find your unique voice. Why do people want to listen to you? Who is your audience? Your audience is the most important thing, because you need to know who you're talking to. I'm 38 years old. And at 38 years old and running a business of mostly, I would say, brides and ads, it's what we've kind of become well known for, is I am talking to anyone from usually around the age of 24 to 50. They're brides, they're in a happy place, they're having the best time ever, and they are not, they're wanting me to show them tips and tricks and introduce them to other people that will help them with their best day ever, make them feel wonderful. That's who my audience is. And I'm, they're looking at me as a person who's a business person, and they're looking at me as a person who is running a successful team, who is known to be reliable. They're not looking at me as the next famous MAC makeup artist. They don't care that I've worked on celebrities. I mean, they might eventually, but I'm not out there, being like, oh my gosh, so-and-so was just in town. I don't put those things on Facebook. It's not why PR people hire me. They probably hire me because I don't put it out there, actually. So you need to find that voice. Are you uplifting and promoting others? This goes back to really promoting other people that work with you, people that you find inspiring, and being specific to them. When you're putting out a post, whether it be on Instagram or Snapchat or anything, how are you being of service to other people? Are you just putting it out there? Does anyone care about what you're saying? Are you saying something funny? Are you a funny person? Are you a snarky person? I'm kind of a snarky person. I think I'm pretty witty at times. And sometimes I just can't not put it out there because I'm making myself laugh, which isn't always the best thing, but sometimes it happens. And what type of team members, if you are in direct sales, what type of team members are you looking for? What type of people do you want on your team? People join you because they like you. It's not about what you sell. It's about who you are and how are you as a leader. They want to join your team because it's something that they resonate with you. So you need to make sure that you're putting things out there that really resonate about the type of team member that you want, as well as the type of team member that you are. How do I want this team member representing me? This person is going to go out in the world and they're going to call you their sponsor. They're going to call you their the person that enrolled them. And how is that representing you? If someone goes, oh, really? Ooh, Kate enrolled her because she's kind of a hot mess. Well, I don't know that I want to be on Kate's team anymore, because that's the type of person that she's training, and maybe she's trained them to be like that. So we really need to always take a look at that as well. Sorry guys, I'm just going over into this chat because I feel like I'm seeing a delay. So I just want to make sure you guys are good. When you are in direct sales, or if you're in a type of business that, let's say you're in some type of chat room or group, what are the rules to that group? It's really important to know the rules. You don't want to be a person who's constantly creating waves. And if you're finding that you're in a bad mood or you're having a hard time at something, that again is a time to go and make a one-on-one connection with the person who enrolled you, because you don't want to be the person that's constantly creating problems, not following the rules. If they've asked you not to do something, don't do it. Don't try to slide by the rules and kind of do what they've asked you not to do and kind of not do, because it's annoying, and it's annoying to the people that are watching it, and those people don't really want to follow you. And it goes really back to the whole, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. And again, getting off social media at that time. And making sure that you're living your life with integrity. My dad has an amazing quote at the bottom of his emails that I have in my emails too, and it says, with integrity, nothing else matters. Without integrity, nothing else matters. Because if you're not living your most authentic self, if you're not living the way you want to be treated as not only a client, but as a team member, if you're not treating people that same way, why does anybody want to be led by you? And that's sometimes the hardest thing, especially if you're frustrated by something. You really want to make sure that, you're not behaving in the same manner. And I will be the first person to tell you, I catch myself doing it. If you know Kathy Aragon, or Christine Strong, there are times when I inbox them and say, oh, okay, sorry I did that. Or, is this okay? Or I feel like maybe I'm not understanding, and I just want to make sure I'm leading properly because I've had a day, or I've had a weekend, and I just want to make sure I'm understanding this before I become emotional and reactive. As a business owner and as a type A personality, I guess, I can be reactive. I think we all know that. And I'm sure you can be reactive too. If you're strong enough to run a business, you probably have a strong enough personality that you go after what you want. And sometimes the nasty side of that is, you react when somebody says something to you. So really learning to control that is a big deal, especially on social media. Now I'm going to do this. My next note to myself, I think I just may have blundered on. Don't ramble. So when you are doing videos, one of the things that I notice when I'm watching other people's videos is if it's longer than like 2 minutes, I turn it off. Now this is a training webinar, so this is a little bit different. And if I'm sitting down watching a training webinar, this doesn't apply. But if you're trying to tell me about something about why you're so excited or something that's really great about your company, keep it under 2 minutes. Get straight to the point and be done with it, because people don't have the attention span for much longer than that. Ask for what is needed when you are, if you're on a team, ask for what it is that you need from people and ask how you can help them. Ask questions if it's just likes. Let's say if I've posted something and people are just liking it and they're not commenting on it, sometimes I'll go and re-enter that post and ask a more specific question that really engages people to answer me. But again, it keeps it on a really professional level, and I keep it very kind of personal, but not too personal, because I'm really trying to reach a broad audience. Remember that social media is a billboard for your attitude. It's a billboard for who you are. It's a billboard for your business. And everybody can see it every time they log on to Facebook, every time, just like they can see a billboard every time they drive down the street. So you want to make sure of how you're saying it and how you're representing yourself and your company, really. When it comes to, again, your business or again, this is going to be more of direct sales based, is you really want to say what is going to make you different. Not only what makes you different, but what makes your company different. I know with Limelight by Alcone, we are very different in direct sales. We are an incredible company full of people with authenticity and people with integrity. We do not spam people. We uplift each other no matter whose team we're on. We help each other. We, especially as leaders, we are constantly on the phone with each other. Hey, do you have an idea for this? Do you have an idea for this? I don't have the answer to this. Can you help my teammate? And of course we do. Of course we help them. Kendra and I, Kendra Renee, if you're on Facebook with her, she lives in Iowa. I live in Chicago, and I have family in Iowa. She helps them when, and I get the sales from it. She has teammates that are in Chicago and friends in Chicago. I help them, and she gets the sales from it. And it's really about building a community and remembering that one sale, that one thing that, you can be greedy by, that one attitude you can give out, it's not going to help you in the long run. And if you want to have a business that's going for a really long time, it's about a collaborative effort. And that's really what I think makes Limelight different and what makes my team different. And I hope that as you're promoting your Limelight business, you really take a look and see how are we different and how can we express that to other people? What should we say that makes people want to come and work with us? Remember that you were attracted to this community for a reason, and make sure that you're helping to uphold that and uplift it. Okay. Thanks, Maureen. Does anybody have any questions? I'm just going to keep kind of talking about my experience with social media. If you have any questions, please, again, pop it up on the chat. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Instagram and specifically, as well as some things for the future. So with Instagram, if you go onto my Instagram account, it's the @ KJohn, JOHN, artistry, ARTISTRY. Most of my year is bridal. So that is really the focus. I do a lot of bridal editorial. I look at what time of year it is. I start reposting things. But you will see a small section in there, usually around October, where it is all Halloween and special effects, because I actually have a degree in special effects makeup. But to be honest with you, as much as I love doing special effects makeup, and it's kind of being that creative is where my passion is, it's not where my income comes from. Some of it does, but my income comes from doing bridal, and I get a lot of brides who find me on Instagram because I'm using the proper hashtags and because my information is on my website. So it's really, you really want to make sure that when you're looking at your pictures on Instagram, is there a flow to your pictures? Again, always making sure that you're reposting other people's things. If you're tagging them in it, if they've helped you with it, make sure you're praising them and letting them know how much you appreciate whatever it is that you've posted, if they've been a significant part of helping you with that, whether it be a friend or a family, the person who took the picture, the model, whoever does it, that's who you really want to promote. If it's a company, make sure you say thank you to whoever that, you know, I know there's a girl, Erin Graham, that's a hairstylist I work with. She's so great at being on, there's this one website, I can't think of the name of it. It's a company, and if you post a picture of like somewhere you ate that day and you tag them in it, like you can get free meals or something crazy like that. And she is so good at it. She puts the cutest picture out there, and her daughter and her are always going out to free meals. It's amazing. And so just always like really making sure that you're appreciating those people. And I'll tell you that because, again, to kind of touch base on things we talked about before, because that I run my Instagram very consciously. I'm making sure they're professional photos. I rarely put a selfie on there because a selfie is not going to be a professional photo, but they're always professional photos. Again, there are some exceptions to that rule, but most of the time they're editorial type pieces. They're not just pictures I took of a bride. I keep those for my personal on my phone. I might put them on Facebook. Facebook's a little more friendly with that, but Instagram is picture heavy. And if we're going to do that, they need to be beautiful, beautiful photos. I try not to put things on from Limelight that Limelight has put on there. Sometimes I'll repost it, but I really want people to focus on me and my business. So if I'm going to put a Limelight picture on there, it's going to probably be something that I've done, or I'm going to talk about how I used Limelight on this client that I had because they're beautiful and it photographs amazing. And through those things and making sure that it's done really well and being conscious of it and taking things down if it's not, you know, if it's not a good representation of who I am, I've gotten those contracts, and they've been an amazing blessing. I have a Fiat, and I was able to loan for free a huge Chevy Traverse this week, and they let me loan cars for free about a couple times a year for a week. It's amazing. It comes dropped off to my house, and they come and pick it right back up, and I really appreciate the people there. And I made sure that I put that out there today on Facebook, how much I appreciated them. I didn't tag the PR people in it because they asked me not to, but they did see it. I saw the ladies who helped me, and they did like it. And I inboxed them again to say how much I appreciated them allowing me to borrow their car and how helpful it was for me in this week. And it's, I mean, amazing. Who doesn't want a car that you don't have to pay for your own gas for a week? So those are kind of like the things that have helped me. I'm very involved in social media training. broadcast now. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you guys all saw that, and have a great day.